shit. Oh, goodness me. Wow. That dog. Oh, gosh. Dang. Hey, warrior. Yeah, no, how you doing? I needed a break. I've got a splitting headache. Just a real bad one today. And my dog, she's testing me real bad today. She's been out all day. We went in, and she's really testing my patience today. Hi, Nikki. She's going through the terrible twos right now, so she's just woof, 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 woof. I breathe too loudly. She woofs. I move. She woofs. I try to watch a YouTube video. She woofs. And I've got this. I get these horrible cluster migraines, and this one's just not quitting. And she'd been out all day, so I had enough of her. And I left her at home, left her in there, and decided to come out here and stream for a bit away from her because my dog is frustrating me right now. She's just going through the terrible twos. And yeah, no, we need a. I need a. She needs a break from me. I need a break from her. No, you can't have her. I need her. Oh, and I just felt like chatting. There is multiple bears now on the property here. Saw one last night, just a cub, not a cub, but I'd say an adolescent. Saw one a little while ago, a big one, and on when we went to town on the way back yesterday, because I helped my neighbor load some wood into the back of his truck. We saw a dead one on the road. Uh, it's not. She did it that one time. The dog. She just stared up the ceiling for like an hour, and the last 15 minutes she was just growling at the ceiling. It was freaky. I didn't see it. She saw it. I think she's just trying to like. Same thing when she does it with her toy. I think she's trying to mess with me. She's a smart dog, and she knows how to play me. She's got this bone toy that she plays with in there. She'll bring it up on the bed, and then she'll, if I'm not paying enough attention to her, which if I don't give her my full attention 24 hours a day, it's not enough. She'll creep to the edge of the bed and make it look like it fell off the bed, and then she'll look down at it and she'll start to cry, like she's not capable to go down to get it herself and bring it back up. But she'll just stare down at it and like this horrible cry, and she's manipulating me into getting it. Drama, not exactly, but yeah, I'm not gonna call it drama. I call it an asshole being an asshole. Last night, I got no sleep last night either, so that's probably why I've got the freaking headache. Um, the guy came down on his four wheeler, his ATV, and his ATV is a piece of crap, so the engine's really loud. Right down the driveway, stopped right in front of the cabin for a bit with the ATV on, and that woke me up at about 2 in the morning. Then turned around and left, and then a truck came down to the driveway and had its high beams on, lighting the inside of my camper up, which really woke me up. I know who it was, but and once I'm awake, I'm up. I'm up. They're just black bears. They're bitches, honestly. They're not gonna hurt you. There are a few around right now, because it's mushroom season and they're eating all the mushrooms. And I'm gonna kill that dog. I swear to God, I can still hear her barking. But I've had this horrible headache all day, and to get a gun up here in Canada is such a hassle. Um, I'd have to get a. I've got a license to sell firearms, but not to hold a firearm. You got to get a license. You got to pay for background checks. And a gun in the states that you guys would get for $100 in the states, we're gonna pay $500-600 for it here. I don't got gun money. Gun money's expensive. I need to shave this off very soon because I'm looking a little bit more crazy every day. Oof, but who cares? But yeah, all the neighbors are starting to come back now. My buddy from across the road, Ithamar, he's coming back tomorrow, which is awesome. I like the guy a lot. He's a neat guy. Oof. Yeah, pepper spray is illegal here too, but bear spray isn't. You hear what they're doing up here though? Holy crap! They're out. They're trying to outlaw all gas-powered cars by 2030 in Canada. Just outlaw them. They're trying to force everybody into the cities. They want everybody to live within 15 minutes of the city centers. They don't want people up in the countries anymore, so they're trying to outlaw gas-powered cars. And up here in Canada, minus negative 50 up here, that destroys batteries. An electric car doesn't work up here in winter, and there's so far distance between charging stations, you can't do anything. Hey, Reed, just chilling for a bit, just a headache. Had to step out away from the dog. The constant barking is getting to me. Oh, there's a new button on the stream. You should smash it as much as possible. I don't know exactly where it is, but it says hype this creator. If you want to smash that button a couple thousand times, that'd be cool by me. It really, really boosts you in the algorithm and gets you out there. Oh, dang it. Smash the one on the video you watch. That'd be really cool. Whew. And I just felt like coming out and talking. I need conversation. Oh, go away. Don't come down here. Just keep driving. Thank you. Oh, Skip Nasty is the same way here. If someone breaks into your house and you hurt that person, you get charged. There was a guy. Well, this is 2024. This one happened. People broke into his house with shotguns. Uh, they held him and they tied down him and his wife and his kids. He got loose, got hold of the gun, shot one of the robbers, called the police. He feeling like I did the right thing. I saved my family. And he sat in jail for 6 months. That's Canada. Our laws are broken here. And I personally think if someone breaks into your house, you should have the right to just end them. They're there to do you harm. Oh, well, my house is small, so if someone breaks into my house, I think I'm going to scare them. They'll have more gray hair than I do after they see the sight that they see. You know, me standing up, buck naked. I swear to God, it's like that scene from It where the guy's hair goes white. Instantly white. Then I'm going to prison for, like, mentally damaging the guy. Hey, Devo, not much, just chilling for a bit. It's a nice night. We got the nice scenery. I've got my little spot here I like to hang out at. Looking for any birds coming by. Because this is I'm looking for any signs of bird activity right now. Because tomorrow morning I want to do a quick hunt with the slingshot. See if I can pick off any squirrels or grouse. And yeah, that's you know, see, you can hear her barking from a distance. She's inside right now. She's not coming out. I need a little bit of time away from her today, and she's acting really. She's stressing me out today. She is going through her terrible twos, causing me trouble. Nonstop barking today. I've had her. I ran her for a solid 2 hours today with her fetching and whatnot, and I fish a lot. I fish a lot. I often catch a lot of pike up here. I'm going to be doing a lot more fishing towards the end of September. That's when the trout run happens. From September to the end of middle-ish of October, I'm gonna go to Cochrane where the river runs through and just cast a worm out. Be able to bring up dozens of decent-sized trout. Uh, yeah. For all I know, I'm actually gone psychotic and I don't have a phone in front of me. I'm just talking into the wilds. I'm crazy. Hopefully, I have enough power tonight to watch some YouTube. I've got to rewire all the batteries on the solar system. Something's gone wrong in one of the wires, so they're not all connected properly, and it's dying way too quickly. It should be lasting well into the morning, so I've got to I've got the wires ready. I've got to cut them down. I just need to get the bits to attach them, and yeah, I got to rewire the whole system. Crafted charm. Uh, crafted charm. Crafted charm. That that's not that's not that's not Dale. That's not Ben. Uh, oh, I'm trying to figure out who could that be. Hi, Emma. Yeah, no, all the cells are fine. That's the thing. I checked them with the my buddy who's got back the other day. Is we checked them. All the cells are fine. It's the wiring. I know which wires it is. Sometimes I think from the old charge controller I had, it sent too much current up it, and there's a little bit of burning on some of the wires. So I'm just gonna replace all the wires that connect the batteries together. Moose is being annoying, so she's in prison. I needed a break from her. I needed a break from her. We've been together all day today and yesterday, and she just purposefully trying to get on my nerves today. So I put her in prison. I've got the heaviest gauge wire. I've got they're zero gauge. I don't know what happened, but I know what the problem is. Hello, Mario. Ugh. But yeah, no. Besides last night, I don't think the organizer's gonna bother me too much. Um, honestly, one of the last times I spoke to him, I know someone who helped me out when I first got the place up here. Went over the contracts, really assured me it's a safe contract. It's unprotected. Who happens to be a lawyer? I know two lawyers from here, like actual factual lawyers in Ontario, and I got one of them ready to draft something up for me if he doesn't stop all the harassment he's trying. So I'm not scared. I know what I'll do. I'm not. I'm not. I'm too old for the high school level bullshit drama. Oh, not much, John. Just chilling for a bit. Ugh. No, I hate fucking whiskey. Fuck you. I no, nope. I absolutely despise that stuff. Absolutely. Freaking. If I wanted to drink something that tastes. Oh, speaking of whiskey, you know what sucks? We've got a brand called Crown Royal in Canada, a very, very Canadian adult beverage. It is brewed in Canada, bottled in Canada. All the grains are harvested from Canada. Guess what? They're moving out of Canada to the States because it's cheaper to bottle in the States. Closing as of the new year, putting 190 people out of work because it's cheap. The company says, oh, it's going to be cheaper to do it in the States. Like, screw that. You're supposed to be Canadian. Stay in Canada. Hello, Jacob and Marcus. Yep. Yeah, hopefully they find a way to keep it in here, but all the bottling is going to go down to the States because that's our country now. Our companies are leaving, and our like right now, Canada is so freaking bad. We are in now in a recession. Not just the economy's bad, we are literally in a recession, and it's getting worse. Like you can't even afford Canadian products anymore. Um, I got a lot of stuff when I went to shopping, but it is the lowest crap quality stuff you can get. Like even the corned beef is a product of Brazil. The lunch meat, I can't even get the Canadian brand of lunch meat anymore because it's gone from $2 to 3.75 per can. I had to go to the Danish brand, and it's horrible. Like even the sausages I got, they're from Denmark. The grocery stores to cut prices, they are importing Australian beef. Fuck you! I hate whiskey. That's no, no, no. I'm happy if I got 3 beers. That's all I need to get me where I want to go. I actually ended up getting 3 beers yesterday as well. Brian, how you doing? I'm pretty good right now. I'm pretty good. I'm home, chilling outside for a bit. This is it. My place is right there. That's my neighbor's. The you can actually see it from through the trees. That thing you see there through the trees is the what you call it the cabin I've been building. Oh, I got a lot of something. Thank you for telling me that. I've hay fever season. I will not mow any of this grass. I refuse to. I keep my pathways clean, but I let the grass grow as high as it'll grow. If it grows up past my head, I'm okay with it. I'd rather it naturalize like this than have a nice clean. I'm in the middle of nowhere, man. I'm not in a city. I don't need a prissy lawn. I want the lawn as like if it's 10 feet high, the grass, I'm cool with it. Not because of any, oh, I think it looks good. I think it's better that way for, the pollinators. Not just the pollinators, all the animals and stuff. If I walk through back here, okay, this is all mine too. If I walk through this grass here, you're gonna see all these birds come just flying out from it. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of grouse, something I can hunt. Ooh. So I just got a text message. Gross. And this. And, pheasant season starts in September. Yeah, raccoons. You know what? I don't give a. I can deal with raccoons. I love raccoons now. You want to know why we don't have raccoons up here? And Emma's just trying to make me gag because whiskey, and all I got to do is not think about drinking this shit, and I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't. I don't get it. Oh, that stuff is nasty. That stuff is nasty. I'm out. I'm working. I have to. I keep forgetting every time I go to town. I got to get sugar. I need to get like a 2 pound bag of sugar. Probably two of them because I've got all the tamarack needles harvested. Um, and I want to make a tamarack beer. Oh yeah, I know. You just text me. Um, what I hunt are they're called the woodcock grouse. They're about this big. Um, and it depends what season it is. So if you're going in September, September 14th, the larger bird season's open. So if you're going for an invasive species like the ringneck grouse, they're good. There's also turkey season opens late September as well if you're going for something bigger. Um, but September 14th is grouse sorry is pheasant season, and depending where you are, they get about yay big. It's they're a meaty bird. What else is and rate? Also think it's around September 14th that duck season opens up. Pretty dang sure it's duck season that opens up midway through September. And yeah, my next thing is so I'm trying to pick up some more work this week with a guy down the road because he said he might have some more for me. And if I can get 1 or 2 days of work in there, that'll be one day. Will be he pays pretty decently. He pays like 20-30 bucks an hour. At the end of the day, like you do 5 to 8 hours, he'll pay you $200, which is fantastic under the table. If I can get 1 to 2 days off of him, I'm gonna go and get myself a compound bow. Um, because I don't think I can take down a duck with, the slingshot. No, turkeys are not actually native to Canada either. Way up here is way, way too cold for them. But turkeys far from South America, They were brought into the States and they migrated further and further north. The furthest you'll see wild turkeys are Perry Sound. Even that's pushing it. I right up. You'll get a lot of them right up that the cold water area, right down most of southern Ontario. I'd say anything at below the Perry Sound line, you will find quite a bit of turkeys. I do not. In fact, I don't even know how to shoot a bow and arrow, but I'll learn. It didn't take me long to get really good with the slingshot. Um, it depends. Like the one I'm looking at, it's at Canadian Tire, Crappy Tire, as we call it. It is a compound bow. It is, I think, an 80-pound bow. And it's the double recurve bow. Maybe it was 100 pounds, but you can get one for like as little as $90, and I think that's just a train shooter, and it's a 40-pound bow. Uh, then there was the other one they were selling for. It was like 225 plus tax, and that's like a 80 to 100 pound recurve bow. There are fishing seasons and hunting seasons up here. You got to get an outdoor book because certain animals in certain areas you can hunt all year round. Like the woodcock grouse, they have their own season. That is until early September. I think it closes after Labor Day, and it also depends on the fish. So fishing season opens from the May 24th weekend until the end of Labor Day for bass and pike. Perch, bluegill are year round. Walleye goes also year round. I think pike closes in September, but it also might be another year rounder. You don't really, nobody really eats muskie. It's more of a trophy fish. They taste disgusting too. So them, you can take catfish all year round, and trout. The only off season for trout, um, there is an off season for trout, but it's open right up until they start spawning. So when you see something like the when you see something like the salmon run, or we also have salmon, and you are allowed to fish for salmon that are landlocked salmon or freshwater salmon right up until the spawn, and you are allowed to fish when the salmon run happens. Same time this trout run happens. It starts the middle-ish of October, where they start going to spawn. Sorry, a middle-ish of September, and it goes till the end of October. But you're only allowed to fish for them at the opening of the river mouth, the main body of lake, the opening of the river mouth for 500 meters from the opening of the river mouth. After that 500-meter part, all the fish that go past are off limits. And the salmon run is something spectacular too. You could like walk across the stream. There's that many fish. One of the first videos I posted were towards the end of the salmon run after it had happened. When actually it was the very first video I posted, where you're seeing all the dead salmon in the river because they've done their thing. They spawned, they floated down river and died. You wouldn't want to eat those fish anyways once they get past that river mouth, because they're not eating, they're not resting, they're just moving up the river nonstop. They're basically already dead because once they spawn, they die. But they keep going. They don't eat. They just move, and they're zombie fish at that point once they're way up the river there, and you wouldn't eat it because it would be all like bleh, mush. It was a big bow. I think I could handle it though. They only had the two at Crappy Tire. Hey, Smug. But I want to get something that I can, have a fair accuracy with, and I can whatever animal I hit, it's done. Uh, yo, good news is I might even get I've got the tags, and I think my license covers moose as well. If it's that powerful and it can take down a moose, I might be doing the hunting for the moose, because we've got the tags for November. We got a tag between the four of us for a moose in November. The four of us applied. Well, I applied for the tag with the four of our names, and we got it. So we've got to hopefully get a moose, which, yeah, we're not allowed to hunt for the moose up on the property, but I take 5 minutes down, walk for 5 minutes, and there's crown land there, crown land over there, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers of crown land over there. There's the hunting opportunities for the mooses are unlimited. Bigfoot, I'm pretty sure people can claim they see Bigfoot around, but in fact, I think the neighbors might say there's been Bigfoot walking around, but I'm pretty sure that's just me stumbling around in the dark. And I finally figured out. So right back there, that clearing I've talked about a few times and showed you a couple times. I found exactly what it is. I was talking to, well, the original landowner still owned a few like 500-600 acres from here way up to the end of the road here, and I was talking to the people there. They're the people that the road's named after, and apparently it's the cattle graveyard. You know, they had a sick horse or a cow. You can't eat that stuff, so that's where after it was dispatched, they buried it. Smoke moose depends. Would I smoke moose? Yes. Would I smoke my moose into jerky over the winter? No. I need to rely for sustenance. But no, that's the plan is to put the smoker up and take my 1/4 of the meat and smoke it till it's dry, so I've got the winter supply. But I would never smoke my moose. Even though I find her annoying right now, because again, I think she's hit that. She went from the being the puppy to being a little baby, and she's just hit those rebellious teenager phase. She's 6 months old, and yeah, no, she's been giving me trouble all day long. I ran her for 2 solid hours, and we did our 3 hours of training, an additional 2 hours of fetch. My arm is tired, and she's been swearing at me all day. She knows she's not supposed to bark when she's inside, but she's just been sitting there and woofing at me, just loudly barking, nonstop. So I had to leave her in prison and come outside to stream because I needed a little break from my dog. Not my moose. Not my moose. Oh, I've been working on them too. Is t-shirts. I've been working on an actual t-shirt design. I've been reaching out because I don't think it's something I can feasibly do here. Is silk? If I get like 20 orders of shirts, I don't think I can potentially silk screen 20 shirts and guarantee quality. But if you guys look on my most recent community posts, um, I'm gonna finish my thought and then get back to you, Bill. And if you take a look at my most recent community post, I've been speaking to different companies, emailing them on being able to properly silk screen the shirts and send them out. And I don't want to do it through a drop shipping service. I want it to be through an actual company that makes it per order, not mass produced in China. I would prefer if it was produced in Canada. And I'm looking for the company that can do that and ship it out for me. That is within Canada. I can guarantee the quality of it. But my design for the Moosey Moo Crew shirt it took a while to actually figure out what I wanted from it. But there's the photo I put up there are my test for the Moosey Moo Crew t-shirts. Poutine, very popular. Tim Hortons, not so much anymore. Tim Hortons is everywhere, but there's a lot of scandal going on with Tim Hortons. I had my neighbor bought me a Tim Hortons sandwich, breakfast wrap, and a coffee because we went to town yesterday. I helped him load up 40 things of sheet wood to the back of his truck, and he bought me breakfast. Um, yep, there's the woodcock grouse. Sorry, I'm watching the birds go by. And yeah, I had Tim Hortons, but it's not as popular as it used to be because there's so many controversies going on now. I will, Boondock, but sorry, as I was saying, there's so much controversy going on now with Tim Hortons because of their hiring practices, and it's everywhere. Is Tim Hortons has been refusing to hire non. They've been refusing to hire Canadian citizens. They've only been hiring people on work visas because of our government pays like 75% of the wages while they are going through the process of getting their permanent residency. So they're incentivized to hire non Canadians, and it's been a big controversy. A lot of horrible things are being said about it. I don't blame the people who are coming in getting the jobs. They're just out here for a better life. I blame the company for, pushing, not hiring, actual, like, hiring only one specific demographic and not hiring for the people who need the jobs as well, just so they can save a buck. Even the gas stations up here this far have started doing the same thing. My neighbor won't shop at the Esso. My neighbor Aubrey will not shop at the Esso in Cochrane for his gas. He will go to the local store way out of his way to gas up. Because of that store there, above it they have 6 bedrooms above the store. You can even access it up there, and a bathroom, because the people are all here in Canada on a work visa getting their permanent residency card who've signed a contract with that Esso, and that Esso is not only doing that but taking payment from the people trying to get their permanent residency and renting rooms out to them for like 2/3 of their paycheck. Nikki, I use the nicotine here to help with that, and I'm thankful I'm so close to the native reservation, where a month supply is like $20 of the juice. I get these cluster migraines from the MS. It just doesn't stop. I've had the heavy duty medication meant for cluster migraines, and it does nothing for me. So I just use that. It's unfortunate. It's just one of those symptoms regarding MS. You just gotta grin and bear. Hello again, Mark. So yeah, I was trying to say earlier. I don't know if you caught it all. I think you texted me about what birds I'm hunting up here. I've just been hunting something called the woodcock grouse. They're a bird like this big with a furry neck, and squirrel. If you want to bird hunt, now's actually a good season to do it. For pheasant season starts on September 14th, and uh, especially down in your area, right up until the North Bay. You have a lot of you got pheasants just like we do, and you have the access to turkeys and duck. Um, they don't walk funny. They like you would know a grouse with a woodcock grouse if you saw it. They live in very wet areas, like very boggy areas that have dogwood. I think they're more up here, up north. They're more northern Ontario kind of a thing. But if you're only gonna see them in trees like these ones right here, and in grassy areas that have a very wet soil underneath it, like this dogwood forest, very wet, damp forests. If if it's not this kind of a forest, it's not a woodcock. And I believe you have the. They're a pretty bird too. I believe down south you have the ringneck pheasant as well. They are an invasive species, but they actually don't cause ecological damage. I think they took the place of another bird that was wiped out from us. But they are unmissable. They got these really very pretty feather pattern here and a white ring around their neck, hence the name ringneck pheasant. Ruffled grouse. Yeah, no, we don't have them up here. We've only got the woodcock grouses, and again, they kind of look they kind of look like a sparrow that is like double the size, with this like lion's mane of feathers going around their neck. And in all honesty, the ones I've had, which I'm getting caught up on the videos I have to edit. I've got a couple of videos of not the whole process of it, but the not the I got the videos are like sitting here for a bit with the slingshot, then cutting to okay, I got the animal, I'm going to clean it. Not getting the video of the cleaning because that'll get you demonetized. Not only that, it'll get you copyright strikes, but the aftermath of getting the skin off with the feathers and the cleaning the innards out and cooking it. I made I made a grouse with a adobo sauce I had and a teriyaki grouse. Both were fantastic. The gaminess of the meat really play well into a teriyaki sweet sauce. And I'm really looking forward to trying the pheasant. There are so many of the pheasants up here. You can't sit here without, seeing them go darting across in the bushes. And again, there's so many moose up here too. I Even on this property, I think we've got about 10 of them like just on the this small property here, right down to the crown land, and I'm just so happy that we got the tag for the moose. I am getting out fishing. The lake I can get to often. I'm not gonna catch anything in there right now. It's the weather we had there. Extremely hot days made the pikeweed grow so high. I can't cast out there without losing the lure. So it's just too weedy for me to fish right now. If I had a boat, maybe. But right now, the plan is for a week straight in September, around mid-September when the trout run starts. It happens around the same time as the salmon run starts when they start swimming upstream. Uh, Me and one of the neighbors, Jason, the neighbor way up the hill, his neighbor, and my neighbor directly across from me are going to be jumping in a truck every single day for a week, just to hit the lake up in Cochrane, the river in Cochrane, to capitalize on the trout run. But unfortunately, every time for the last, there's a freaking pheasant there. Sorry, well, one of the pheasants just flew by. You're gonna be dinner soon. No, unfortunately, I went twice last week, and I can't cast 10 feet out without getting snagged. The grass just grew, it blossomed, and the lake I've got to fish at is just not fishable right now. I'm thinking I'm. Oh, that's not a good sound. You guys hear that? Listen. You hear the howling? The woo 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 and listen. Just listen. You hear it? Now I hear a dog barking. Did you guys hear the wooing? There's a wolf in the woods. We've got this old time wolf, this old boy, living in the main back property here, and I can hear him wooing. I've saw him a couple times now, one at the back of my trailer, but I haven't, not never this early. I haven't heard him this early before. Wasn't a doggo, my friend Polar Beans. That was a wolf. No, just wolves, foxes, and bears and rabbits. I don't know. We've got on the property a really old fox too. You can tell he's a red fox that has gone gray. That's how old he is. We've got one old wolf that lives on the property. I know. I see the packs of wolves. You see the prints, their footprints down in the by the lake along the shoreline all the time. So there's packs of wolves. Not to mention the lynx. That was my dog barking. We've got a very large lynx that lives right behind my neighbor Corey's place. Well, I'll tell you about one thing about this wolf. He's an old timer. He's by himself, but he's a very successful hunter. To live into that age and to be as big and chubby as he is, he eats well. I I think he gets the rabbits before I do. I think he's smart too, because right through all this area here, not only do I hunt with a slingshot, but I've got snares. I got about 50, 60 snares set up in the back there, and every time I go check them, I'll see one or two of them have been set off and broken, but there's no rabbit. A couple of times haven't found. I found a couple of them that were broken, set off and broken. Again, no rabbit, but a couple feet by, I found tufts of fur and blood. So I think he's hanging out in the back area here, waiting for my snares to do the job and stealing my rabbits. Oh, he's an old boy, but he's a smart one. Same thing. I often find something's been chasing the rabbits around here, because I right on the driveway, I've more than one time found organs, like animal insides. Everything was eaten, like the heart and everything. The only thing that is left is the large and small intestines. The crapshoot. Everything else is gone and just left there. So he's eating well. Yeah, no, he's a smart guy and he's a thief. I've seen him twice. I've seen the wolf twice. Once at night, right behind right behind the camper. Pop my head out the window, and you're like, that is a big dog. Oh God, that is not a dog. And once in the early morning, I had just come out with moose, and you got my neighbor's place right here. At the front of his place, the wolf is just standing there. Moose runs out of the camper and just stops, and she's like, "Oh hell no, buddy," and runs back inside. She ain't stupid. But he's an old timer, and he's a big one. A hairline reveal. I don't really have a hairline, my friend. It's like a newborn baby's head up here, my friend. Can't really control that. I know I need to shave my head. I've chosen not to shave the head this year and not to shave the beard at all. Honestly, for the winter, this is tactical hair, what's left of it. For the back of my neck, I'm not going to shave everything off, but the back of my neck, I'm going to leave it all there. And for my ears, because it can go down to negative 50 up here. And this beard here saved me over the winter, so it's not going anywhere. I'm just going to let the hair grow so I have that little bit extra of protection. This year, I'm not going to suffer in the cold. I've got plans on plans on plans to stay warm. Worst case scenario, I don't get the greenhouse up over the camper, I don't get the bubble over the camper. So I just take the wood burning stove, plunk it on the outside of the camper, run. I got copper pipes. I'll run around the wood burning stove and up the pipe, and run them underneath the camper so the heat radiates. Fill it with water, and let the heat radiate through the camper that way, as well as the propane. If I do, which I will get it up. Like, I'll put it up at the end of October. It'll take me a day to do. I'll do the bubble over at the greenhouse, and just use the wood burning stove with a fluid out to heat the inside of the greenhouse's air up. I'll be fine. Yesterday it was -1. We've had frost warnings every day this week, but I'm also told this is unusual. This has been a colder year this year. We're still in the green zone for the fires. You can have a fire when you want, where you want. It's been that wet, but yet we've had it to -1. today has been warmer. Like we get these huge temperature shifts up here. It kind of makes your body go a little bit crazy. Like tonight it's going to be 3 degrees overnight, but we hit 30 degrees during the day today. So a 30-degree shift in a matter of like 2 hours. Usually it's about 10:30. You feel the temperature drop from the mid 20s down to the teens. An hour after that, you're in the single digits. And then, honestly, it's madness. It really messes with your body. That's why I've got all this gunk in my eyes. My body can't decide if I'm too hot or too cold. But it's weird. We get these huge fluctuations in temperature. It was the same like when I first got up here in the winter. The first night, it was like only -5, and then the second night it was the same thing. During the day after, it went up to like 10 degrees when we're trying to move me from the train tracks to where they were trying to put me. It was like 10 degrees out. Didn't need a jacket. And then that night when we got moved, it was 10 degrees above. Overnight, it dropped down to like -30. So, like a 40-degree shift in weather overnight, it really it can mess with you. Oh, it's been cold, but not this kind of cold, my friend. It's also been very dry in Toronto, very dry in southern Ontario. There hasn't been a fire ban up here. Heck, we just came off of a 7-day rainstorm. It rained every single day except for, okay, there was a break in the rain for about 8 hours on Saturday, but it's rained every single day for the past 7 days. And when I say every single day, all day, every day, and it went from like a light rain to a hell of a downpour, and back to a light rain, nice and cold. Hey Cornish, are you in? I told you. My biggest fan, the kid, the green screen kid, 86 or something, is back. I think he finally got off grounding from his parents. Kid, you don't gotta be so mean. Nobody thinks like this kind of trolling is funny. If you want to troll a person, be original. Don't just say the same word over and over. You're not hurting my feelings. It's nothing to me. I press a button and you disappear. See? Put you in timeout with one button for however long I want to, and you're gone. Trolling like that, like, it means nothing to me. No, it means nothing to me. Like the trolling, there's always gonna be one person out there that has something negative to say about you, like, oh, the way you cook, what you do is wrong. I sorry, I don't care. What the fuck is that? Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! The wolf. Be very I'm not getting closer. I'm not getting closer. Right in there. I lost sight of him. Moose is inside. She's grounded right now. I needed some time away from her. And now I'm glad I left her inside. I'm just gonna keep my eyes on that direction and my ears peeled. My eyes peeled and my ears open. No, I heard some leaves and stuff, like a crash of breaking branches and the rustling of leaves, and then I see it just way at the opening of the woods there at the clear through past the clearing, right at the edge of the woods, like the taller woods, and holy shit. Yeah, no, I'm just I'll pay attention to you guys in a second. Like I've lost sight of them, but I'll say one thing though. Live when as long as I lived like in the actual woods of Sunbury and whatnot, my ears are really tuned to any sort of movement. I'm always listening. I don't think he came out into the clearing. I think he spotted me, and I probably spooked him when I stood up. You don't get to live that long as a wolf and be stupid. A dumb one doesn't last that long. See if you guys can see any movement. He was way down at the edge of the clearing. I just saw a wolf. Yeah, no. When I stood up, I probably spooked it. No, Moose is away right now. She doesn't need to come out. I could hear her. She can either smell him or hear him because she's freaking out right now in the camper. If I let her out, she would be gone. She would go after it. She thinks she's tougher than she is. She's a floppy dog. Moose isn't out right now. Moose isn't out right now. Um, she was being a brat. I can hear her right now yelling at something in the woods. She's inside right now. I needed time away from her because she's hit the teenager years, the teenager mentality, I guess you'd call it, and being very prickly today. I ran her a lot today. She ran for we did our 3 hours of training, 2 hours of fetch. You can hear her barking now. Yeah, no, she's got that. She's being a bratty teenager, but I left her in today because I honestly I needed a little bit of time away from her, and I'm with her 24 hours a day. Oh, oh No, no, that's the thing. It's a low. He's a lone wolf. He's an old wolf. He is a smart. It's got to be a very smart animal. I'm pretty sure that wolf is why my rabbit traps don't work, because they're getting set off, they're getting broke, but there's no rabbits in the snares. Not a single one. And a couple times I found tufts of fur and blood on the ground by where I set my snares up. I think that wolf is hanging around the back of the property and yoinking my rabbits that I'm trapping. So the second I set up, I'm pretty sure I spooked him, and he's gone. I'm not hearing anything out anymore, and I'm definitely not seeing anything unless he's like sneaking up behind me. Northern Ontario, very very actual Northern Ontario. I'm not one of those people up just a little bit past Barrie saying I'm in Northern Ontario. That's Southern Ontario. I'm in Northern Ontario, just like 4 hours south of the Hudson. No, here's the thing: wolves are deadly animals in packs. A wolf like that, I'm pretty sure isn't going to come at me. The fact is, it's not worth the struggle and the risk to take down something much larger than you. It's not worth the risk to an animal like that. He wants to eat a rabbit. He wants to eat something he can grab by himself and just done. He doesn't want to take something bigger than him down. If they're in a pack, you're screwed. Then they'll take you down. Even then, they don't want to eat people. They don't. Bears, they don't want to eat you. If you get attacked by a bear, it's because you've done something really stupid or they're really desperate. And the only time a bear is going to be that desperate enough to take down a person is very early spring when they've just come out of hibernation and they are starving. We're just not worth it, and we don't smell good to them. They don't want to eat you. They want to eat the rabbits and the deers. Yeah, no. Moose is she's inside. She's hooting and hollering right now because she's mad at me because I didn't let her out. And if she does come out, she's going on her leash. She doesn't get to run around because she's been really bratty today. And I'll do that. So I've got a vest for her I keep inside because she'll wake me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because she's got to use the bathroom. I'll take her out. The vest goes on and she does her business. We go right back in. And that's so she doesn't, go out and try to find her toys. We do training every morning for about 3 hours every day. I'm trying to train her on hunting rabbits. So my neighbor had rabbit pheromones. We sprayed on most of her toys. I pick some spots in the field here. I throw them there overnight. Then in the mornings, we get up first thing in the morning at about 7. We go out. I put her on her leash. We get to a spot. I tell her to sit, take the vest off, and tell her to go find her toys. And she will run around. It'll take her about half an hour, 45 minutes to find all 10 of the toys. But she'll come out, grab them, pile them up, and then I'll do it again. I'll throw them around, tell her to go find her toys. Does it again. Then we're done. That's her hunting training, I call it. Then we go on to our obedience training, which is very simple. It's play. We'll do fetch. I'll throw her thing. I'll say stay. Throw it. She goes to get it. If she breaks the stay, no, come back. If she stays, then I'll tell her to go get it. She gets a toy, brings it back, and drop it. Easy. Same with her sit training. Oh, I enjoy doing the cookouts too. I wanted to stream that meal today when I was cooking. I just honestly I didn't have I didn't have that exact moment. I didn't have the. I didn't feel like going live. That's just it. But I did film it and posted the video, and that meal that I just posted, legit, it has no business being as good as it is. No seasonings, no salt, just a can of corned beef, and it has to be canned potatoes. Don't use fresh potatoes; it's not the same. Only canned potatoes will do. Cheap canned potatoes, whatever you can find. A can of corned beef, an onion, and a green pepper. Fry the onion and green pepper together. Throw the potatoes in that you've drained the water out of. Brown them a little bit. Let all that mix up a little bit. Let them brown. Cut up the can of corned beef. Throw it in, and let that mix together. It'll melt and then crisp up on the bottom. Mix in with the onions, and all the taste will get together. And it works well because the dish is lacking salt. The corned beef brings the salt that really mellows it out, and I don't care. It's fantastic. It's a cheap meal. I got those cans of corned beef at the dollar store, which they now sell it. They're from Brazil, the cheapest ones you can get. They're better than the Walmart brands too. It's just a fantastic meal. Yeah. Um. I not just making him hungry. I'm getting eaten alive. The mosquitoes are out in force again. That's the one dang thing that sucks about Northern Ontario. The bugs are here. They're out in force. We still have the black flies out. You're never going to get rid of them. Not until the snow finally hits the ground and stays on the ground. You're still going to have mosquitoes and black flies and horse flies. It's horrible. There's so many bugs. When you do see a bass down at the lake, it's usually because it's crashing the bugs that are flying at the surface of the water. And it's so horrible. I've seen bass in the lake I go to often, and they're not small bass. These bass, minimum 4.5, 5 pounders. Um, a guy I go fish when I'm down there. I don't go fishing with him. I see him when he's down there. Name is Dave. He went out on his kayak and brought himself in like this giant 6 pound smallmouth bass. I was. It's not fair. Um, Last winter was brutally cold. Last winter, I did it the entirety of winter in a $30 Walmart tent with no heating on the inside, just a bunch of blankets, tarps, and garbage bags full of leaves. This winter, I don't care how cold it gets, it's gonna be a breeze. Probably gonna be the easiest winter I've had to deal with. Uh, I do not play horseshoes. I actually would love to get a horseshoe pit. I need more games and entertainment. I need more things to keep my mind occupied. That's why all my projects are slowly coming together, but it's why I've got like 10 projects that are actively going right now. Like the one project I want to get finished is my outdoor oven. So I just cut an oil drum right in half, added a spot at the back to stoke it up with wood, and a slot to open and close it. What I you don't know is I've been collecting clay. I've been digging up clay for the last couple months, and I've been slowly processing it. You throw all the clay into water, give it a good mix, make the water really saturated with the clay, run it through a sieve to get all the organic matter out, and then put it on a sheet to dry over like the day. I've been collecting a lot of clay that way. I want to get at least 150, maybe another 200 pounds worth of the clay, and clay up the oven around the sides, right up to the top and over top. Just leave the swivel door there to open and close, and the entrance at the back to stoke the fire, so it can really hold the heat. That's a project I'm working on. I'm also trying to. I keep forgetting to buy the sugar, but I want to try my hand at old school brewing. I want to try brewing my own. I want to call it a beer, even though it's not really going to be a beer. But I guess a tamarack wine, you could call it, or something. I keep forgetting every time I go to town to get sugar. When I got the money, I should get the sugar. I don't have the money anymore, so can't get the sugar. I got to get 4 pounds of sugar, 1 pound, 2 pounds of white sugar, 2 pounds of raw sugar. And I've got the tamarack harvested. You see this tree here? It's called a tamarack tree. It is Canada's only. I forget the exact word for it, but it's Canada's only native fir tree that loses needles every year. So my plan is to take the needles that I've harvested, use half of them to boil in water into a really super saturated tea, throw it in a 5 gallon bucket with the tea, let it cool down, throw a bunch of the raw needles right into the cooled water. So 1 gallon of it is like the needles and everything, fill it up with water, add the sugar, and let it turn itself into a tamarack beer. That's my next project. I just keep forgetting to get the sugar. That's a project I want to finish. I'm going to be putting a greenhouse around the camper. Well, I've got all the materials to do it except the sugar, and my plan is just to leave it in the bathroom or leave it in the woods, let it do its thing naturally, natural yeast, all that stuff. Well, ghost night. I love the tamarack tree. Is a really neat tree. It smells piney, but smells and very citrusy. I've been brewing it into my coffee. I've got a little French press. I've been boiling the tamarack needles in a couple cups of water. Let them boil out for a bit, so all the water is really nice and green. Pouring that into my French press, putting my coffee in the top, and giving it a good press. It's so citrusy. I it doesn't smell like an orange. It doesn't smell like a lime or a lemon. It smells like a citrus fruit. If you guys have ever been in the North American woods and smelled black walnut, you know what a walnut tastes like? Black walnuts, they taste like a green apple. They're good. You can eat them raw, but they've got almost like a lemon peel skin around them. It's very citrusy smelling. You think oh, it's got to be a lime or a lemon because that's what it smells like, a citrus fruit, but it's not. And that's kind of what the tamarack needles tea, that citrusiness, that's what it tastes like. And it took that, the coffee beans I got were the dirt cheapest ones. They're crap on their own. It's not a good coffee. But it makes that horrible coffee into something that is spectacular. Polar beans, I don't think it's a mead. For it to be a mead, it's not sugar. There has to be honey for it to be a mead. Mead has to have honey in it. I'm going to use two kinds of sugar, a raw sugar and the plain white sugar for. I want the raw sugar for the flavor, but raw sugar is expensive, so I want to add the neutral flavor of just white sugar for the yeast to eat, and the uh, the chlorophyll and everything that is leached from the boiled and the raw tamarack needles will act as a yeast nutrient. At least that's the plan. But I read up on it, and apparently it turns into like it tastes doing it like this. It'll end up tasting after 4 weeks like kind of like a Sprite or a 7 Up. Just very, very boozy. Oh, you're lucky. You're very lucky. You treasure that tree. You should look at the price of tamarack saplings. They go for a lot of money for the saplings. So much so, I'm working on digging out an area at the front of my lot here to start growing the saplings for next year. Each sapling goes for like $30 to $45 for a sapling like that big. You plant them over the winter, let them get the snow over it. They will sprout up during spring, and you can harvest a sapling like that during the fall and sell it for $30 a shot. But no, it's the tamarack tree is a neat tree. I love burning the tamarack wood. It gives off this beautiful smell. It's a great firewood too. It's a very slow, hot burning wood. See, I've never been much of a soda drinker either. Um, I don't like Coca Cola. Don't like Pepsi. I don't like the cola flavors really. Um, there was this one drink I really liked. Oh, you guys are gonna call me an old man for this, but they come in like the glass bottles. You need the bottle opener to open. And it's ginger. It's a ginger beer, non-alcoholic. There's no alcohol in it, but it's like a really strong ginger ale. I like that stuff. I could power that stuff down day in day out. Yeah, call me an old man because I love that stuff. And what gets to me is there's a couple of bears back there, and they're stealing my mushrooms. All I'm finding are the remains of the chanterelles. They've all been eaten. The same with the lobster mushrooms. I'm finding so many areas of lobster mushrooms, but all the lobster mushrooms have been eaten. And this is lobster mushroom season. These are the forests for them too. Yeah. No, that I did the same. I did the same thing when I was living with my grandparents. The only place I knew I could get it, you could get it in. This is back before they Dutch Boy turned into IGA, which turned into Freshco. Back when there were the stores called the Dutch Boy. The Dutch Boy became IGA. IGA became Freshco, I believe it is now, or whatever it is. But they used to be the Dutch Boy. You could get it at the Dutch Boy. You could also get them at the store at the bottom of the street that I lived at. Oh, guys, I hate to do this. It's been fun, but my solar is beeping. That means it's about to shut down. I love you all, but I gotta go. It's been fun. Thank you for getting me de-stressed and a little bit away from the animal. She was driving me nuts. Uh, we'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, hit the like button. That'd be cool. Give me a follow too. That'd be even cooler. I'm heading in. Love y'all. Good night. You take care too.